A few weeks ago, I tried kombucha for the very first time in my life, and prior to that, I had no idea what kombucha was. I mean, I've heard the name, but I never tried it. Anyway, I tried it and I absolutely loved it. As you can see, in the past 4 weeks, I spent over $75 on kombucha from Costco, so it is pretty pricey, and I decided to search it on the internet and see how hard it is to make it. It sounded hard, but I decided to try anyway because I like the challenge, expecting to be a total failure. However, my Scoby and my kombucha are great success stories. So the first episode is going to be about how I grew my Scoby. The second episode is going to be how I fermented my kombucha. The third episode, it's going to be, and some of the problems I had, I thought that I had problems. The third episode, it's going to be about flavoring and bottling the kombucha for second fermentation. And I'm just going to be using one ingredient per bottle to flavor it. And then in following episodes, I'm going to combine other ingredients as well. And I'm going to be tasting them to let you know which one, in my opinion, is the best. I hope you enjoyed this series. I hope I'm covering all the information I kind of gathered on the internet. I've watched probably over 50 videos, but I hope you guys enjoy it. In order to brew your own kombucha, you will need a beautiful Scoby like this one. And you can order it from the internet. I'm gonna put a link down below in the description section. However, I chose to grow my own. And now I'm gonna walk you through the process of how I grew my own Scoby, and at the end of the video I'm going to put a full list of all the items you're going to need. In order to grow a healthy Scoby, you will need 4 cups of spring water or any other chlorine-free water. You will also need 1/3 of a cup of organic sugar, 4 bags of organic black or green tea, and I'm using black tea in this video, and 1 bottle of organic and raw unflavored kombucha that you can get from any grocery store. In a stainless steel pan, bring only half of the water to boil and add the sugar and let it dissolve. To stir it, only use wooden objects, don't use metal or plastic. To make your life easier, remove the paper ends from the tea bags, then take all 4 tea bags and tie them together in a knot and drop them in the water. Then cover it, turn the burner off and let it sit for 10 minutes. And here I'm gonna take a minute to give you a very important piece of information that you should keep in mind from now on forward while growing your Scoby or fermenting your kombucha. Scoby stands for symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast. And bacteria, it's alive and it's very easy to kill. So everything from now on should be very sterilized, and I use white vinegar and hot water, and don't use any of the antibacterial soaps because antibacterial means that it's going to kill the bacteria in the Scoby. After 10 minutes, take the tea bags out of the brew, remove the pot from the burner, add the rest of the water and let it cool down to room temperature. If the brew is too cold, it will stress the Scoby, and if it's too hot, it will kill it. When both the tea brew and the store-bought kombucha are at room temperature, pour the tea in a large jar and add the store-bought kombucha. And what you see here floating on the top of the bottle is the mother Scoby that we're going to use to grow our baby Scoby. And we need to add some of the actual store-bought kombucha as a kickstarter to start the fermentation process. And here is the mother Scoby that it's going to grow our baby Scoby. The baby Scoby is gonna form on the top of the liquid. Then take a clean tablecloth or a coffee filter, place it over the jar and secure it with a rubber band. This way we're going to protect our baby Scoby from fruit flies and bad bacteria. And then you're going to have to store your brew in a dark and quiet place and keep it undisturbed for 1 to 2 weeks. And for me, that would be my gym. The reason I actually picked this room because this is the only room where the closet, actually the back of the closet, is an interior wall, not exterior. Here in the summer it gets really hot and the temperature inside the closet may go up to about 95-98 degrees. That's why I picked this one. Now, I'm not sure how factually correct that is, but everybody is saying that when you place your Scoby in the closet or whatever place you're gonna store the jar, you should give it some love and say some nice things to it because it's a living organism and it needs love. So I gave it some love. So I was a little surprised. I thought that it's gonna take only a week, but actually it took exactly 2 weeks to grow this wonderful, beautiful Scoby. And as you can see, there is no damage to it. There is no mold, there are no any other fungi or bacteria growing. It looks very healthy, and I'm sure that it's going to grow a very healthy kombucha, or it's going to brew a very healthy kombucha as well. And remember never to touch your Scoby with dirty hands. Always wash your hands with hot water, vinegar, hot water, and don't use any antibacterial soap because that is going to kill it. And for right now, I'm gonna keep my Scoby in a jar for a few hours until I'm ready to start fermenting my kombucha, and that will be in episode 2. And here is the list of items that you're going to need, and I hope I didn't miss anything, but if I did, or if you have any other tips on how to grow a healthy Scoby, please put them in the comment section below. And I hope this video was helpful for you. If you liked it, please give it the thumbs up, and if this is your first time visiting my channel, please subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye!